think this is like 40 pages. It's double-sided, 10-point font. This is what I get to study for the next 2 weeks before my EOR. Anyway, my OBGYN rotation so far has been really cool. The hours now are 8 to 5, so different from my 12-hour shifts back at urgent care. And my day starts at 8 a.m. and it goes until 5 p.m. I'm working with an obstetrician right now that specializes in high-risk pregnancies. So I'm working in her office, which is right across from the local hospital. And what we do all day is basically ultrasounds for patients that are high risk and are pregnant. So that includes a lot more people than I thought before. They usually get referred to her. And what she does is that they come for appointments that are about an hour long. That consists of her ultrasound tech going in first, and she does a scan, and I'm there with her. I kind of shadow her. And then my preceptor, the doctor, obstetrician, will come in, do her own exam, do her own consult with the patient, and I'm there as well. And then when she's done, she actually is like, here you go. Here's the probe, Carly. Go ahead. You can scan. So I'm getting a lot of hands-on practice with the ultrasound. Ultrasound's just kind of like an art. I came to find out it's a little difficult to kind of like put your mind into what you're seeing on the ultrasound because it's a little skewed. So it helps to be doing ultrasounds at least like 6 times a day. So yep, that's pretty much my day. We're right across from the hospital, so I get to chill out on the labor and delivery floor sometimes, and we go over in the morning for huddle so we hear what's going on. And I got to watch my first vaginal delivery yesterday. That was cool, and I think I might be able to go shadow on a few surgeries at the hospital. But that's basically what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks.
Another day, another piece of knowledge to be found. My journey to become a PA. I'm tired. Can't see me, maybe not. Maybe now. Making coffee. So, July 9th. I gotta turn off the TV. Today's July 9th, which means I made it through my first gyno part. Shut up. Through the first gyno part of this rotation. It was pretty good yesterday. It was definitely different. It was fun to mix it up. So instead of just doing ultrasounds all day, sorry, I'm making coffee. Instead of just doing ultrasounds all day, I was able to see patients, which was great. I felt like I was back at urgent care, except this time it was all women. Had a lot of fun. The gyno I was with actually was very helpful. She was really insightful. You could tell that she really likes to teach, so that was really cool. Today I'm going back to the hospital slash office where I've been working out for the past 2 weeks, working on ultrasounds. Friday I have my 3rd week callback. I have an assignment that I have to do for that. I have to write up a SOAP note on a patient that I saw. Picked one yesterday. I'm going to do that. No test this week though. The test is our 5th callback day, which is going to be 2 weeks away. Kind of freaking out, but I'll get through it, I hope. If it weren't for coffee, I would not be a PA student.
It says mug of tea, but it's a mug of coffee. Very big coffee. Yesterday at callback, it was our 3rd week callback, which means we don't take the EOR yet. That's 2 weeks from today. But yesterday we went back to school, and usually on these callback days they plan out like activities to do, modules to complete, lectures to sit in on. So when we got there, we did the folder exchange, which basically means that we hand in our assignments that were given for the 3rd week to be due yesterday, and they hand back to us assignments that they already graded for us. We didn't get anything back, so I didn't get my assignments back from last rotation, my 2 SOAP notes, but I handed in a SOAP note that I had to write for this callback day. So I handed that in, got nothing back. Not too exciting. One of our professors did a lecture on how to do a case presentation, which we've been working on, and it's kind of like, it's like an art form that you really have to work on. It's really important on your clinical rotations because you're basically presenting patients to your preceptor all day long, depending on what kind of rotation you're doing, but it was good to have like a little workshop. And then we went to lunch, and then the afternoon was fun. So the afternoon, they split everyone up based on their rotations, and they divide us into mini groups. So there were 6 of us in OBGYN right now. and they paired me up with one of my classmates, and they told us that we were going to be going into a room and taking care of our sim mom, which is basically the fancy name for our robot pregnant woman. It's really awesome. So they said you're going to go into the room. You're going to be doing a prenatal visit, possibly giving birth, helping her give birth. I'm not giving birth. And taking care of the newborn. So that was pretty much all the information we were given. And we heard last callback that it was the same task, and they said it was pretty easy. The professor like walked them through it. So my classmate and I weren't too concerned, but we walked in there, and it was this new professor that I've never seen before. And she was just like, okay, here you go. And me and my classmate, we looked at each other and we're like, okay. So we were like, what are we gonna do right now? But I just assumed it was prenatal visit, like the thing said, so I just did it. And Sid Mom is very intelligent. She's actually a robot that has a voice that's based on a microphone that another professor on the other side of the one-sided window has, so they're watching you as they're like doing her voice. So like we ask her questions and she starts contracting. Had to deliver her baby. I think it went pretty well. It wasn't for a grade, it was just for like constructive feedback. I did that. Since this test is 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now from today, I really need to buckle down and really start doing some hardcore studying because I haven't done that yet. It's kind of freaking me out. But I think I'm in okay shape, just doing a bunch of questions, reading a study guide I found online. It's hard to really pinpoint exactly how you're going to study for these EORs because there's just so many resources out there. There's Rosh, there's PA Easy, there's Smarty Pants, there's like everything. You could Google and you just find sites of just resources. So I get a little overwhelmed. I need to like pick like 3 things and stick with that. So I'm just gonna like keep doing questions, keep looking through the study guide I found online. That's really good. I'll probably post a link in the description for you guys that are interested. I'm doing Rosh questions right now. Those are pretty good. In another video, I might talk about, go into detail about like the different resources. That's it. And I'm going to a concert tonight, so I'm hoping I can get some hardcore studying in today before I do that. Dave Matthews. It's going to be pretty sweet. Yeah, wish me luck. I ended that video without talking about what's happening next week. I'm still in this OBGYN rotation. I have 2 more weeks, obviously, but starting Monday, I'm going to a different site. The past 3 weeks, I've been with the high-risk OB that I was talking about before, and it's been awesome. But my school emailed me last week, and they said, you are switching with your classmate and going to the GYN component. You're going to another site. I don't really want to leave the OB place because it was so much fun. It was really interesting, but that's the hard part with clinicals. Like, you find something that's really fun, you don't want to leave, but then it's time to go, and you're like, I just got used to this site, and it's already time to leave.
Today's day 4 working at the gyno office, and it's going pretty well. Getting to be able to do some breast exams, pap smears, pelvic exams, bimanual exams. Today is a good day because I get to wear scrubs today for the first time on this rotation, any rotation, and I'm so comfortable. Yep, no business cash for me today. I'm pretty well though. I'll check back in next week when I have some free time, which I don't have. Trying to study and do these hours, it's a little rough, but little by little I think I'm getting there. Fingers crossed. Peace. Guess what? My exam is in 13 and a half hours. So right now, I'm just polishing up some loose ends, trying to finish things up. I am doing a mock test right now on Rosh Review, if you've ever heard of that. It's a really, really good platform. Just a quick synopsis here before I get back to work. I wanted to just talk about how I ended up studying for this EOR. Week 1, I wanted to get acquainted with the material a little bit, so I went on PA Easy, which is like the like kindergarten version of these questions, just to get like acquainted with the material and stuff. I didn't want to like start actively studying until I like had an idea of what the questions were going to be like, so I did that. Then I got on a website that one of my classmates found that has study guides for these EORs. I'll put the link down in the description because I don't remember the name of it. One for OB, one for gyno. So I'm going through those. I've been going through those these past few weeks, adding some stuff to them that I come across in questions that I think are important facts to know. And also made my Quizlet that I always make. Made a Quizlet from these study guides, went through that as well. After PAEZ, weeks 2 and 3, I ended up going to Smarty Pants, did those questions. Very good website. They have a lot of good materials on there. The guy's very good, and he actually has like some recorded lectures and some good notes on there that I learned a lot from. Then the final one, I've been on Rosh Review this last 4 or 5 weeks. They have a tutor version on Rosh Review and just like a bunch of questions. So I did like all 200 questions on there. Now I'm doing the mock exam for tomorrow. Obviously, it's telling me what I'm getting wrong as I go along, but that's fine. I just want to like get an idea of how I would do without looking at my notes as I take the thing. I think I'm doing okay. I have like 30 more questions to go, so I'll grade myself and then I'll see which ones I got wrong and then what I have to look at, because I don't have a lot of time right now. And other than that, I got my exam tomorrow at 8 a.m. We have callback day tomorrow. Got exam at 8 a.m., then we have a faculty meeting, and I found out that we're going to have to give patient presentations to our faculty members, so I'm going to take a break from this in a few hours and get that together, figure out what patient I'm going to present to the faculty. And that's pretty much it, and I'll be done with OB and moving into rotation number 3. This is crazy. Number 3 is going to be psych. I just found out I'm going to be working at a hospital. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good time. Catch you later.
So it's Saturday, which means that my test was yesterday, which means that I either passed or failed. I did pass. I have to say, I thought I did a lot better than I actually did, but it was a tough test. It was probably one of the tougher ones I've taken in PA school so far. It was a lot of material. I also realized in these exams, you kind of have to I don't know. You kind of have to realize that in clinicals, the real focus is the experience that you're getting. And yes, the test is very important to pass because obviously you need to pass the test to pass the rotation for school, but like you're never going to be able to get this kind of experience again. I'm never going to be able to do like an OBGYN rotation again. And since that's not necessarily the field I really see myself in, that might be the last time that I actually like had that kind of experience. Granted, I'll probably get to do it again if I end up in like urgent care or emergency med, which I think I'm going to end up into, but like you never know. But with that said, you can't really like try to do as best you can on these things. Like the goal of this, and really all in PA school, but really in clinicals during these EORs, I realized it's like just pass the test, really get the most out of the experience, really focus on that. Don't get too competitive. Like don't try to do substantially well. Like for me, I just had to get a 70 to pass, and I got like beyond that. I wanted to, in my mind, I wanted to get like a 90 or something, but fell short of that. But whatever, I passed. I don't really care. Woo! So that means that Monday I am off to psych. I'm really pumped to be doing something else, change of pace. I'm going to inpatient psych at a local hospital. So stay tuned for that. And another EOR to study for. See ya.